Listen carefully. Slow your breathing. Still your thoughts. Let every sentence settle like rain on dry ground, because something sacred is happening here quietly, gently, powerfully. Right now, as your eyes move across these words, threads of eternity are tying themselves to your timeline, not because you stumbled here, not because you were scrolling aimlessly, but because heaven leaned close and whispered your name into the flow of this exact moment. There is a reason your heart did not give up even when exhaustion made surrender look logical. There is a reason your spirit kept searching even when answers seemed delayed. There is a reason you are here now in this intersection of word and spirit, before dawn touched the sky, before you opened your eyes, before you lifted your phone. God already knew you would arrive here. He didn't schedule this moment to entertain your emotions, but to awaken something within you that has been sleeping for too long. A strength, a calling, a clarity that life tried to dim but never fully succeeded in extinguishing. You think you are just reading text, but no, your soul is remembering truth. There has been a shift, subtle yet undeniable, like a door quietly coming unlatched after years of being sealed shut. You may not see it yet, but your spirit feels the breeze entering from the cracks in the opening. Hope faint but real, peace soft but increasing, presence gentle yet unmistakable. You have felt forgotten before, overlooked, unheard. Nights have passed where tears were your only prayer, and silence was the only response you thought heaven gave. But silence is not absence. Delay is not denial. God's stillness was preparation, not rejection. He saw every night you cried into a pillow no one else heard. He marked every moment you showed kindness that no one thanked you for. He witnessed the times you held yourself together in public and collapsed in private. You are not invisible to heaven. Angels have walked beside you when you felt alone. Strength carried you when your own was gone. Breath continued in your lungs, even when you felt you had no reason to breathe. You lived through chapters meant to break you, and yet here you stand, wounded perhaps, tired certainly, but uncollapsed, not by accident, by purpose. And now, heaven leans forward. You are entering a season where what once resisted you will begin to yield, not because struggle vanishes overnight, but because you are changing. You are outgrowing battles designed for your previous version. You are stepping into maturity that pain shaped, storms carved, and perseverance watered. Your heart is not weak, it is wise. Your scars are not shame, they are scripture written on flesh. Your past does not disqualify you, it prepares you. Today is not the miracle, today is the turning. The moment the bowstring pulls back another inch. The moment roots deepen before the tree breaks soil. The moment night thins, hinting sunrise. You haven't failed. You've been tempered, and God has not finished speaking. He is only beginning. Let's go deeper. You've lived long stretches of life, unnoticed, or at least it felt that way. People saw your laughter, but not what it tried to cover. They admired your strength, but never knew it was built out of fractures. You became your own healer because no one else knew you were bleeding. But heaven knew. There is a book with your name inscribed, not metaphorically, not poetically, but spiritually real. A record of your endurance, a testament of your faith, a scroll that angels referenced when your heart whispered prayers you were too tired to speak aloud. Every moment you chose patience instead of anger written, every time you forgave without receiving apology written, every sacrifice you made silently written. You thought heaven was inactive, but heaven was documenting evidence for your elevation. Because there is one universal law in the spiritual realm: nothing sown in faith remains without return. Maybe it won't come as sudden money. Maybe it won't come as instant change. Maybe the blessing is deeper transformation, wisdom, discernment, peace. Your reward is not random. It is measured by the weight of battles you survived. You walked through fire, but fire refined you. You stood in storms, but storms washed old versions of you away. You felt abandoned, but that emptiness became space God is now filling. You are not the same person who started this journey. You are wiser, softer, yet stronger, less eager to fight everything, more willing to surrender what isn't meant for you. Your soul has grown muscles, and growth always precedes release. The blessing approaching you is not compensation, it is alignment. You are entering a chapter where things that once resisted will begin to respond. People who overlooked you will suddenly understand your worth. Doors that stayed closed will open not by force but by timing. Some relationships may return healed. Some may stay gone for your protection. Not everyone lost was a loss. Letting go was part of becoming. And now, something is rising in you, not fear, not striving, but readiness. You feel it, even if you can't explain it. A subtle awareness that you are standing at the edge of a new beginning, not the ruins of an old one. Heaven sees you. Heaven remembers you. Heaven is not late. You are stepping into the time your soul was built for. There are wars you fought without knowing their names. Have you ever wondered why life felt heavier than it should? Why every step forward faced invisible resistance? Why peace came in fragments instead of whole days? Because your destiny is large, and large destinies attract warfare. Not because God abandoned you, but because purpose awakens opposition. The enemy does not waste energy on those going nowhere. He fights hardest where future is greatest. You weren't being attacked. You were being identified. Every battle over your life was proof of calling, not punishment recognition. There were days darkness whispered, "Give up," but you didn't. Maybe you slowed down, broke down, sat down, but you didn't stay down. And that made the kingdom of darkness nervous. Because a believer who rises every time they fall is undefeatable. You didn't see angels blocking attacks meant to destroy you. You didn't hear heaven arguing for you in spiritual courts. You didn't witness chains break while you slept, or doors unlock while you waited. But the evidence is this: you are still here. Not everyone survives what you survived. Not everyone heals from what hurt you. Not everyone returns from emotional exile with compassion still intact. But you did. Your survival was not coincidence. It was intervention. Your endurance was not natural, it was supernatural. You are not weak for crying, you are strong for continuing. Now see this truth. The enemy fought you hardest in the area God intends to use you. Where you struggled most, that is where glory will shine strongest. From your pain will come power. From your wounds will flow wisdom. From your emptiness will rise empathy. Your calling was carved by conflict, and now that you endured, heaven shifts from defense to release. Not overnight, not all at once, but like dawn replacing darkness quietly. Surely, inevitably, breakthrough is not an event. It is a progression. You are already inside it. You are not who you were. There was a version of you who tolerated disrespect, who carried everyone but herself, who loved people who never showed up in return. You outgrew that version. Life peeled it away layer by layer. You learned boundaries not by instruction but by heartbreak. You learned self-worth not by praise but by lack of it. You learned quiet strength not in peace but in chaos. You thought you were breaking. You were birthing. Pain was not punishment, it was formation. Pressure did not crush you. It carved you. The you reading this now is wiser, deeper, more rooted. You no longer chase validation. You no longer beg for space in rooms that don't recognize your presence. You no longer shrink to make others comfortable. Your spirit is expanding. You feel it, a gentle confidence you didn't have years ago. You may still doubt at times, but doubt no longer controls you. Fear still knocks, but it no longer owns the door. You are stepping into identity, not insecurity, and identity changes posture. You walk slower because you are not rushed. You speak less because you measure words. You release easier because forcing what's not meant drains purpose. Growth is not loud, it is steady. God is not building a moment, He is building a person, and that person is you. You are being prepared for blessings your old self could not carry, for relationships your old boundaries could not sustain, for opportunities your old faith could not handle. The next season requires strength, not speed, discernment, not desperation, authority, not anxiety. Your identity is shifting from survivor to steward, from fighter to leader, from wounded to wise. This is not upgrade, it is emergence, like gold refined by fire, like seed rising through soil, like spirit strengthened by silence. What once broke you is now your testimony. What once weakened you now makes you unshakable. You are becoming. Doors are symbolic access, transition, change. Some of the doors you begged God to open earlier were delayed for protection, not rejection. If you had entered then, you would have entered unready. Immaturity sabotages destiny faster than failure does. God wasn't withholding, He was positioning. What is ahead requires capacity. Capacity to manage blessing without losing humility. Capacity to carry influence without craving applause. Capacity to walk in purpose without abandoning peace. Delay developed you, and now new doors will not require you to shove, they will unlock by approach. Favor is not forced, it recognizes the one it belongs to. People will begin to see what heaven always knew about you, not because you changed suddenly, but because your time arrived. The right rooms will notice you. The right hearts will value you. The right opportunities will choose you. You won't have to scream to be heard. Whisper will suffice. Not because you are quiet, but because you carry weight. God is not merely giving you access, He is giving you placement. You will walk through doors meant only for you because you are becoming someone who can keep what you receive. You prayed for open doors, but God is giving you open vision. You asked for breakthrough, but God is giving you breakthrough and stability. You desired change, but God is giving you change with wisdom. Doors will open gently, sequentially, undeniably, and when they do, you will know it was Him, because the peace will fit like a garment tailored for your spirit. No anxiety, no second guessing, just clarity. You don't beg for what's already written in your destiny. You walk toward it, and you are walking now. Some wounds never healed because you never had time to feel them. You survived instead of processed. You functioned instead of recovered. You kept moving because stopping meant collapsing. But healing is arriving not as sudden euphoria, but as release. You will wake one morning and realize your chest feels lighter. Conversations that once triggered pain will no longer sting. Memories that once tightened your throat will feel distant, softened, redeemed. Healing isn't forgetting, it is remembering without bleeding. God is not rushing you. He is gently unraveling every knot trauma tied in your spirit, piece by piece, layer by layer, softly, lovingly. You are not broken, you are healing. You are not damaged, you are deep. You are not too late, you are right on schedule. Forgiveness will come not to excuse hurt, but to free you from carrying it. You will forgive not because they deserved peace, but because you deserve yours. Your heart will open again, not quickly, but beautifully. Trust will rebuild, not blindly, but wisely. Love will return, not familiar, but healthier. God is not restoring you to who you used to be. He is restoring you into someone stronger than you ever imagined. Healing is here, slow, patient, permanent. Provision is not only currency, it is clarity, it is opportunity, it is strength, it is alignment between where you are and where you are called. You have prayed for resources, but God gives resources to those anchored in purpose. Your future is not sustained by luck, but by calling, and calling is unfolding. Like sun rising without hurry, like tide returning without fail, like destiny arriving at the precise second it was written. Provision will come in ways you didn't predict. Peace replacing fear. Ideas replacing stagnation. People replacing loneliness. Openings replacing obstacles. Sometimes provision is not more, but less. Less confusion, less chaos, less noise, so you can finally hear direction. Purpose is not something you chase, it is something you uncover. And piece by piece, you are uncovering it through what you survived, through what you overcame, through what no longer breaks you. Your purpose is threaded through your pain and your resilience. Your calling is seated in your compassion and perspective. Your gift is hidden in what you naturally carry, often without noticing, and soon you will see it clearly, not as vague hope, but as assignment. You won't just wake to purpose, you will walk in it, steady, confident, aligned. Not everyone from your past belongs in your future. Some were chapters, not the whole book. Some were lessons, not lifelong companions. Release is not loss, it is refinement. God will return what is meant. God will remove what hinders. God will reveal who truly carries you in spirit. Reconciliation may come where hearts are ready. Distance may remain where healing requires space. Relationships will shift, not chaotically, divinely. Some will return softened. Some will exit peacefully. Some will enter unexpectedly. God is not taking people, He is making room for the right ones. You will be surrounded by those who respect your growth, value your soul, match your effort, speak life into you, walk with you, not use you. There will be conversations that heal years. There will be embraces that feel like home. There will be forgiveness that feels like exhale. Love is not leaving your life, it is arriving refined. You don't need to fear what's ahead because heaven goes before you. You have walked through darkness long enough to recognize light when it returns. You have fought enough battles to sense when angels are near. Your discernment is sharpening. Your spirit is stabilizing. Your peace is deepening. Peace is not the absence of threat, it is the presence of God in the midst of it. You will sleep deeper. You will worry less. You will react slower, with more wisdom than anger. Protection surrounds you not as armor of fear, but as atmosphere of favor. You are not fragile, you are fortified. When storms come, you will not collapse, you will anchor. When challenges rise, you will not panic, you will stand. When obstacles appear, you will not retreat, you will adapt. Because now you know who walks with you. Fear loses power where faith grows root. Darkness loses grip where identity strengthens. The enemy loses access where peace governs. You are not prey, you are protected, and the days ahead will prove it. Take a breath. Look at how far you've come, not just in circumstance, but in spirit. Not just in survival, but in transformation. You endured seasons that should have ended you, yet you carry hope like embers in your hands. You lost pieces of yourself, yet here you are rebuilding. You walked through fire and came out refined, not ruined. Your story is not one of defeat, but resurrection. This is your time, not because everything is perfect, but because you are finally becoming the person who can hold what you've prayed for. Blessings are not fragile. You are strong enough to carry them now. Purpose is not distant. You are mature enough to step into it now. Doors are not locked. You are ready to walk through them now. The next chapter will not feel like recovery. It will feel like arrival. There will be days filled with clarity, nights filled with peace, moments that make you pause and whisper, this must be what healing feels like. You are not stepping into random favor, you are stepping into long-written destiny. Your life will not be perfect, but it will be purposeful. It will carry meaning, depth, glorious, quiet strength. You will look back and say, the pain was the making, the waiting was the shaping, the breakthrough was the unfolding. You are not who you were. You are who you were becoming all along. Now rise gently, powerfully, faithfully into the future that recognizes you. This is not the end of your story. This is the chapter where everything begins to make sense. The world has not yet seen the fullness of who you are, but heaven has, and it is time. There is a chapter in every great story that no one claps for. The hidden years, the silent seasons, the stretches of time where nothing seems to move but the clock. You know that place well. You have walked through days that looked ordinary on the outside but were heavy on the inside. Nobody posted about your battles. No one celebrated your small victories. Most people didn't even know you were fighting. You learned how to show up to life while carrying unanswered questions. You learned how to smile in public while wrestling with God in private. You learned how to keep going when no one said, I see you. That place is called obscurity, not a punishment, not a prison, a training ground. Obscurity is where God teaches you to be faithful without applause, to be consistent without recognition, to be excellent even when it looks like no one is watching, because someone is watching. Heaven sees how you keep your word, even when others break theirs. Heaven sees how you give when it would be easier to hold back. Heaven sees how you choose integrity over shortcuts. And so much of what God will trust you with in the future is determined by who you chose to be in the hidden years. Obscurity is not empty. It's full of unseen seeds. The conversations where you encouraged others, even while you were discouraged, seed. The decisions where you walked away from temptation, seed. The nights where you prayed, even when it felt like nothing changed, seed. In time, seeds become forests, but seeds don't look like destiny. They look like small, forgettable moments. Moments where you could have compromised but didn't. Moments where you didn't get credit but served anyway. Moments where you stayed when it would have been easier to quit. You thought you were surviving. You were being trained to carry weight without collapsing. Trained to hear God in whispers, not just in fire. Trained to know who you are when titles and affirmations are stripped away. You are coming out of obscurity with something precious. Character. Character that can't be bought. Character that can't be copied. Character that doesn't crumble when pressure increases. Others might arrive quickly and disappear just as fast, but you are being built to last. When God elevates you, it will not be fragile. It will not be a random spike of influence. It will be a steady rising supported by the deep foundations He built in the seasons where no one saw. So if you still feel hidden, misunderstood, or unnoticed, hear this. You are not buried. You are planted, and planted things do not stay under forever. They break through at exactly the right time. One day, the same people who never saw your tears will see your testimony, and you will know it was the hidden years that made you holy. It was obscurity that made you ready. It was the quiet that made you strong. There comes a point in every believer's journey where trying harder stops working. You fasted, you prayed, you strategized, you pushed, you planned, you hustled. You tried to fix everything in your own strength. You treated life like a battle you had to win by effort alone. And somewhere along the way, your soul got tired, not because you were weak, but because you were never meant to carry everything yourself. Striving feels holy from the outside, but inside, it drains you. You started thinking, if I just do more, God will move. If I just pray harder, it will finally break. If I just prove myself enough, maybe I'll be worthy. But grace whispers a different message. You are already loved. You are already seen. You are already held. There is a holy shift happening in you right now. A shift from striving to surrender. Surrender is not giving up. It is giving over. You are not quitting the fight. You are handing the battle to the one who never loses. There is a difference between saying, I have to figure this out, and saying, God, I trust you, even when I don't understand. Surrender does not mean you do nothing. It means you do your part and stop trying to do God's part. Your part is obedience. His part is outcome. Your part is honesty and prayer. His part is transformation in your heart. Your part is to show up, to forgive, to love, to be faithful. His part is timing, doors, healing, provision, restoration. You are exhausted where you are trying to control both. Let go, not of responsibility, but of control. Not of care, but of crippling anxiety. Not of hope, but of the belief that everything depends on you. There is a peace you have not yet tasted, because you have not yet surrendered this deeply. The peace that comes when you say, Lord, even if it doesn't go how I pictured, I believe you are still good. Even if they don't apologize, I choose to forgive and heal. Even if the timing is different than what I wanted, I trust your timing more than my calendar. Surrender sounds like weakness to pride, but to the Spirit, it sounds like deliverance. You were never designed to be your own savior. When you stop gripping so tightly, you make room in your hands for God to place what truly belongs there. You are moving from pressure to peace, from obsession to trust, from clenching to open-handed faith. The shift is quiet, but it changes everything, because when you surrender, you finally realize God was never waiting for you to be strong enough. He was waiting for you to be open enough, and you are opening now. You underestimate the sound of your own voice. You think, who am I to speak? You look at your flaws and disqualify yourself. You compare your journey to others and silence yourself before you even start. But heaven does not see you as small. God placed something inside you that the world needs. A way you see things, a way you feel deeply, a way you love, a way you explain, comfort, create, or serve. You carry light, and light was never meant to hide forever. Your story is not random. The battles you fought are not random. The wisdom you've gained costs something, and that cost makes it priceless. There is someone right now who needs what you already carry. They need your testimony to know they're not alone. They need your words to feel hope again. They need your presence to feel the love of God in human form. Ministry is not just a pulpit. It is presence. It is the way you listen when others talk, the way you check on people God places on your heart, the way you encourage, support, and show up in small but holy ways. You don't need a title to walk in calling. You don't need a stage to carry anointing. You are a carrier of hope. Every room you enter shifts a little when you're there. Not because you are perfect, but because God lives in you. Your voice matters. You don't have to be loud. You don't have to be eloquent. You just have to be willing. Willing to speak when God nudges you. Willing to share when He leads. Willing to pray when someone needs covering. You will never fully know, on this side of eternity, how many lives your obedience will touch. A message you send at the right time. A hug you give without knowing the battle someone is in. A simple, "I'm thinking of you," that interrupts someone's plan to give up. These are not small moments. They are divine interventions disguised as ordinary kindness. Stop shrinking. Stop apologizing for your existence. Stop believing the lie that you are replaceable. There is only one you with your exact combination of scars and softness, strength and sensitivity, insight and experience. You are needed. So in the coming days, don't ignore the gentle nudges. The person you suddenly think of, pray for them. Maybe reach out. The idea to share a word of encouragement, speak it. The urge to comfort a stranger, follow it with wisdom and care. Let God use you as you are, where you are, with what you have. You don't have to be ready. You just have to be willing. He will handle the rest. Not every day feels like a spiritual high. Most days look simple. Wake up, handle responsibilities, deal with people, navigate emotions, try to rest, repeat. You may think, where is God in this? He is closer than you think. He is in the small choices you make without drama or fanfare. When you choose patience instead of snapping, He is there. When you decide to tell the truth, even if a lie would be easier, He is there. When you get up one more time after a hard day, He is there. God's presence is not limited to emotional moments, worship songs, or intense encounters. He walks with you in the ordinary, in the way sunlight touches your face in the morning, in the strength that appears when you're sure you have nothing left, in the unexpected peace that calms you when you should be overwhelmed. Holiness is not always spectacular. Sometimes it is simply staying kind in a cruel world. You long for miracles, but overlook the miracle of still being here, still open, still capable of loving after everything you've experienced. The kingdom of God is not only in the grand, it is in the daily. Every time you make a decision that aligns you with God's heart, you are moving in the supernatural, even if it looks natural on the outside. Every no to temptation, every yes to integrity, every help me whispered under your breath when you're not sure what to do. He hears it all. You are not expected to feel spiritually on fire every hour. You are invited to walk with God just as you are tired or energetic, clear or confused, strong or weak. He does not leave you when you're numb. He does not withdraw when you're frustrated. He is not offended by your questions. You can bring Him your confusion, your boredom, your irritation, your sadness, your indifference. He would rather have your honest heart than your fake perfection. Your ordinary day in His hands becomes sacred. You might be washing dishes, working, commuting, caring for family, answering messages, and heaven still sees you as deeply spiritual when your heart is turned toward God in the middle of it all. You are not less anointed because your life doesn't look dramatic. You are not less chosen because your season looks simple. Sometimes the deepest work God does happens in quiet days where nothing seems to be happening, until one day you look back and realize, I'm not reacting like I used to. I'm not afraid like I used to be. I'm not as easily shaken as I once was. That growth happened in the middle of ordinary days. God was with you in all of them. You can feel it, can't you? A subtle stirring in your spirit. A gentle awareness that something is shifting. Even if you can't put it into words, you are standing at the edge of what comes next. Not a cliff of fear, but a threshold of faith. The seasons behind you were not wasted. They taught you to lean on God. They taught you to recognize His voice. They taught you who you are and who you're not. You learned what you want to carry into the next chapters and what you must leave behind you. The version of you that begged for crumbs, the habits that drained your spirit, the relationships that refused to grow with you, the shame that lied about your worth. Ahead of you, deeper peace, clearer calling, healthier connections, more honest, raw, beautiful intimacy with God. You are not crossing into a fairy tale. You are crossing into a more aligned life. You will still face challenges, but you won't face them as the same person. You will still feel emotions, but they will no longer control you like before. You will still make choices, but now they will flow from wisdom, not desperation. The next stretch of your journey is not about proving yourself. It's about being yourself in Christ, owning your story, owning your growth, owning your worth. There will be invitations in the days to come. Invitations to go back to who you used to be, don't take them. Invitations to lower your standards, don't accept them. Invitations to betray your peace for temporary approval, don't agree to them. You've come too far. Let your no be holy. Let your yes be intentional. Listen, you are not behind. You are not late. You have not missed your life. You are exactly where you need to be to step into what God has prepared next. Your story is still unfolding. Your best encounters with God are not all in the past. Your most meaningful relationships may still be ahead. Your most impactful moments are not behind you, they are forming now. So stand here right where you are and breathe. You are not alone on this edge. Heaven stands with you. The one who has walked with you through every valley will walk with you into every new beginning. Whisper it one more time. God, I don't know everything that's coming, but I trust you. My life is in your hands. Use me, shape me, lead me. I am willing. And as you step forward, know this. You are not stepping into the unknown. You are stepping into what God has known about you all along. The next pages are not blank. They are written in love. You and God will read them together line by line, day by day. And one day you will look back on this moment, this edge, this threshold, and say, that was the day I realized my story with God was only just beginning.